Queen of Pain.
Meta check. 1. Roles and matchups. Queen of Pain in patch 7.40, like always, is mostly played in the mid lane. She's been picked in other roles too, but the numbers are very low. In the mid role, over the last 5,495 matches, she has a 50% win rate. Queen performs really well against Earthshaker, Storm Spirit and Shadow Fiend, with win rates of 58.6, 58.1 and 57.8% respectively. She's genuinely strong into those heroes, and the reason is pretty simple. With her first spell, Shadow Strike, Queen can heavily pressure these three heroes and completely win the lane against them. On the other hand, she only has a 43% rate against Huskar, because well, it's Huskar. She also struggles against Puck and Ember Spirit, with win rates of 43.7 and 45.7%. The main reason is that both of these heroes can dodge Queen's Shadow Strike, which allows them to take control of the lane and come out ahead. 2. Witch Facet. The Masochist facet gives Queen a 14% increase as spell amplification, but in return, 27% of the spell damage she deals is reflected back to herself. Because of that, you almost have to buy a spell life steal item like Dagon, otherwise you'll suddenly realize you're basically killing yourself. This facet has a 48.5% win rate over its last 1,328 matches. The more popular facet, Bondage, allows Queen's innate spell life steal to also work on reflected damage, which is exactly why a lot of players pair Blade Mail with this facet. On top of that, whenever an enemy hero deals a spell damage to Queen within a 1200 range, they take 16% of that damage themselves. This facet has a 50.5% win rate across 4,164 recent matches. 3. Levels and talents. How you use your skill points on Queen really depends on who you're laning against and what playstyle you're going for. If you feel like you can't properly pressure the enemy hero with Shadow Strike, or if your goal is to increase your farm speed, you can skip leveling your first spell and instead max your second and third abilities. But if you can actually pressure the enemy or even push them out of the lane, then maxing Shadow Strike is the right call. For the level 10 talent, take the plus 7 strength to be a little bit tankier. At level 15, take the minus 1 second Shadow Strike damage interval. This makes your Shadow Strike deal damage every 2 seconds instead of every 3. At level 20, take the minus 45 seconds Sonic Wave cooldown. This brings your ultimate's cooldown down to 35 seconds. And if you also have an Octarine core, it drops all the way to 26 seconds. And finally, at level 25, take the plus 250 Sonic Wave damage, so you can deal 875 pure AoE damage roughly every 30 seconds.